Hi guys, so today I'm gonna do like an in-depth tutorial kind of explaining why I do some of the things I do, and I know that a lot of people have been asking me to do a contouring tutorial, so I'm gonna go into that today as well. So if you want to know how to do that, just keep watching the video. And I'm also going to be showing a couple new products. A lot of you know I was sent complimentary gifts by Lancome and Influencer. I'm really loving their foundation right now, so I'm so excited to get to show that to you guys too. So if you want to see what all this is about, just keep watching. So I'm going to start off with my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is one of my favorite primers. This is one of, actually I think this is the first primer I've ever used. So what primer does is, primer will help keep your makeup on. It will fill in your pores, and it just kind of, you know, primes your skin. So before you put on your foundation and stuff, I like to let my primer like sit on my skin for a little bit before I actually put my foundation on. So now that our face is primed and ready to go, I'm so excited to share this foundation. This foundation is freaking amazing. I have never used a stick foundation before I used this, so it's amazing that it worked out so well for me, this being the first stick foundation I've ever tried. This. It's a little bit dirty already, but I love this foundation. So you just take the foundation stick. I know probably a bunch of you have not used foundation sticks before, so you just glide it on your forehead. This foundation is technically medium to full coverage, I'm pretty sure, but we just, you know, you can build up. Now that you have all your lines on your face, you're just gonna take a wet, and my sponge is dirty, so don't mind me, but you're just gonna take a wet, I use a Real Technique sponge, you can use a beauty blender, probably any sponge that you really like, and you're just gonna blend this out onto your face. And this foundation blends so easy, it's insane. It blends about as good as a liquid foundation would, and this color like matches my face so great. It's crazy. Do you see that? Like, look at that. Okay, now that this is done, I'm going to kind of be going into the highlighting and contouring aspect. If you're going to be cream contouring and highlighting, some people like to do the concealers, the highlighting and the actual contour at the same time and then blend it out. I don't like to do that personally. I like to do my highlighting concealer first. So I'm going to be using my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Fair. And then you've seen me do this a million times. Just apply it underneath your eyes. Kind of in a triangle. You're going to be doing your, sometimes I even like to take it down the side of my nose just to help get the nose shape I want. And then this is where I want the light to hit my face. Kind of in this upside down triangle shape. So kind of sculpt that nose shape I like. And it doesn't have to be perfect, so don't spend way too long like I just did. And just like this. See, not perfect. I have OCD, so I probably, if I wasn't on camera, I would just keep going and going. But it doesn't need to be And then just take it down the center of your nose. And I like to do the tip like this because I kind of have like a round nose. I like to do above my Cupid's bow, and I like to do my kind of on the redness of my chin right here. I have a huge forehead, but if you wanted to highlight your forehead, you could put a little bit right above here. Also, before I put on eyeshadow, sometimes I will take concealer and kind of help to sculpt out that brow. And put a little bit on my eyelids. And I'm gonna take my wet Real Technique sponge, blend all of this out. Take your time with blending. Blending does take time. And don't be afraid, because if you use a light shade like I do, you're gonna look a little bit like a ghost until you get your bronzer and your contour. Go. Blend your nose. So now that we look like ghosts, we're gonna take the wonderful Laura Mercier powder. I have something in my eye. I think I got it. Take your powder, just take your sponge, dip it in there, and then bake your face. So what baking does, for all my friends who don't know this, when you put a lot of powder on your face like I'm doing right now, this actually will hold all of the heat in your face, skin temperature. It will hold it in your face, and it's gonna create a barrier to where the heat isn't gonna be released from your skin. So what's gonna happen is it's gonna literally kind of bake your makeup into your face. Like your makeup is gonna sink into your skin and it will stay. I love baking my face. Even if I'm not doing like a super crazy look, I still really like to bake my face if I'm gonna be using concealer, because it will help that concealer stay and it will help keep it from creasing. Another reason I like to bake my face is because if you put a large amount of loose powder underneath your eyes, so if I put a lot of loose powder underneath my eyes, when I do my eyeshadow, if I do have fallout, it will fall into the powder and I can just sweep it away instead of it being on my face and then having to wipe it off and ruin my foundation. I have Morphe Fudge Concealer, and you're just gonna take, I like this concealer because it has a doe foot applicator and it's just real easy to get right where you want it to be. Just take this. If you need help knowing where your cheekbones are, you can, it's where it indents when you do that face. I like to go just a little bit above my cheekbones because that way it will make my cheekbones look a little bit higher. You don't want to go too low or it's gonna look like you kind of have a beard. You don't want that. You don't want to go too high or it's gonna blend up where you're gonna be putting your blush and your highlighter. You don't want that either. So just kind of, I like to go right kind of where this part of my ear is, and then take it down to like the corner of your eye right here. So kind of like that. Like so. Like so. This one's a little bit lower. So we just kind of even those out. Like that. Take it, and since I do have a bigger forehead, which I'm not a huge fan of, just this is like my magic eraser. Shrink that forehead. And then I like to take just a little itty bitty bit and go down the sides of my nose. this, and then if you want a plump lip, for your look, you can kind of draw underneath where a shadow of a plump lip would be, which would be right here, like that. So basically what you're doing when you're highlighting and contouring is where you kind of want things to be sunken away. Where you're highlighting is where you want things to kind of pop out, or where you want the light to basically like look like it's hitting your face. Taking the other kind of end of our Beauty Blender Real Technique sponge, and this takes time, and it looks like it doesn't take very long when people are doing videos because they fast forward their videos or have become so good at it that you don't notice. But this takes time, and you just blend and blend and pat until it looks how you want it to look. So I think that looks okay, and since this isn't what the final thing is gonna look like, because I will be putting bronzer over it to help set it, so this doesn't look bad for kind of like a rough draft. Then we do the other side. And kind of when you're blending, blend upwards kind of towards your cheekbone. Make sure that you don't get it too low like I'm kind of doing right now, because that does just make it look like a little bit dirty. And that's the last thing you want. Blend it up into your hairline, kind of outwards. This is going to be a very extreme contour, but and then just slightly down the sides of the nose. Pat, 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 pat. Take a little bit more powder, and I'm gonna set underneath my eyes again. Usually I don't set until after I do my contour, but you know, today is just one of those days. So we're gonna reset this again for me doing my eyeshadow. Yeah. I wait to do my bronzer until after my eyeshadow, and I'm not sure why I do that, but that's just how I do it. So I'm gonna do my eyeshadow real quick. I will do this on video for you if you wanna see how to do it. If you don't, just fast forward to where I'm doing my bronzer. I'm going to go right in with this pink shade. We're gonna use this as a transition shade. This is the Morphe 35B palette. It has all these beautiful colors and just this pretty, pretty pink. Do the same to the other eye. I'm gonna add a little bit more color because this is just gonna be a little bit more dramatic. I'm gonna go in with this pink right here. I love this color. It's like a pinky orange. We're gonna take this color just a little bit lower than the last one. The last one I took kind of up to my eyebrow, In this one, I'm gonna go just a little bit lower. Again, same thing with the other eye. Okay, using the same brush, I'm gonna go in with this color right here. It's just a little bit light or a little bit darker, but it's in the same color family. And I'm gonna go kind of right in my crease. I'm going to take a flat shading brush like this. I'm going to take this shade right here. I'm going to spray my MAC Fix Plus on that color like this. And then I'm going to put that right on my lid. Pat it on there. I'm gonna take a different brush, another blending brush, but it's a little bit denser, and I'm going to I'm gonna go into my 35W palette from Morphe, and that's all of these beautiful shades right here. So we're gonna use this brown right here. Tap off that excess and kind of go in at the outer V. And get a feel with this warm chocolatey brown. Tap off that excess and kind of smoke out that outer V. Okay, I'm gonna take another brush and kind of just help blend that out. So I'm gonna use this big fluffy brush right here and just kind of go over all of that. Make sure there's no harsh lines. Now that that is done, I'm gonna go put my lashes and my liner on real quick. Okay, so lashes and liner are on. Go back into the 35B Morphe palette, and I'm going to grab this pink color right here with a itty bitty little brush, and I'm going to put that on my lower lash line. Like so. Take my Ciate Wonder Wand mascara, and I'm going to put that on my lower lash line and just a little bit on my upper. to kind of blend the falsies together. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take my Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in Caramel Toffee. It's got these colors, and I'm gonna take my Real Techniques brush, and I'm gonna go on the dark side, get off a little bit of the excess, and go right where I put my cream contour. So that part of my ear to about right here. Blend out any harsh edges from where you put the bronzer on. The forehead. Also, this kind of sets your cream contour so that it doesn't come off your face, or this will last all the way throughout the day. I'm just going to take a little brush and just a little bit of powder, not a lot, and I'm going to go down the sides of my nose, kind of. I'm gonna move on to blush, and I'm gonna go in with my Studio Makeup Wildflower blush. It looks like this. Gorgeous. I'll just take my little Sephora brush. Like so. Now I'm going to take my Tarte Amazonian Clay highlighter in Exposed, and I'm going to take my brush, my fan brush, pick up some highlighter, and put that right on the cheekbones. Do the other side. And then I like to go down the nose, and the tip. Now I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Nudist Peach Liquid Catsuit Lipstick and apply that to my lips. Spray my MAC Fix Plus on my face. So this is my finished look, and I hope you like it. And if you do, make sure that you subscribe, comment, thumbs up me, and let me know if there's any other videos you would like to see.